I, with my own eyes, have seen someone sit down, lock themselves into full lotus, and then get up 12 hours later, go take a pee, come back, do the same thing again, and again, and again, all day, all night. My own eyes, okay? It's an ordinary person, someone I know, someone I lived with as in a monastery. Didn't have a bed. That was it. No bed for him. I tried to keep up with him. I could. I mean, I would just be asleep on the floor every morning. He'd just be sitting there all night, all day, unless someone came to the temple and needed help. In which case, of course, I'm there to help. He was a Soto Zen Roshi. And his interpretation of just sit is that. Sit 24/7 in perfect lotus, unless there's something to do, in which case be of service, of course. Don't be all attached to practice. Otherwise, just sit. And he actually lived that. And I can tell you this is done with a smile on the face. I can also tell you that you have to break through convulsive pain with ease in order to do that. So they had to go through a stage where they would have lost control of their body because of the pain. They're convulsing. And then what happens is, I don't know how to, this is very hard to describe to someone. You stop physically convulsing, but you still internally convulse. That's how you're processing the pain. It still feels like you're passing out and you're doing this, but you're perfectly still. But your whole central nervous system is in a convulsion, but you have a smile on your face because there's such diminished suffering. And industrial strength practice takes you to that place. And life can take you to that place. What I'm interested in is, or what it occurs to me is, it is probably not a coincidence that orgasm, epilepsy, extreme pain, and the kind of states that advanced meditators enter, and they look very tranquil, but inside, it feels to me like I'm having a convulsion, but it's completely controlled. It's completely ordered. The information flow is exactly what it needs to be. And you're even sort of comfortable, even though it's also sort of awful. And this is when one of my teachers said, eventually you're gonna just sit there and you'll be able to sit there and not get up. Sit there for 3 days, not move. And I'm going, yeah, sure. But then he said, you'll work your way up to it. Because there's no way I'm gonna sit there for 3. He said, a person works their way up. And now I see what he means. And it takes a very long time, at least in my experience, but you can work your way up to that. But the thing is, I think that there's a natural response here that we could access and give people the ability to do what that Soto Master does, which is a kind of convulsion, although you would never think it. But I can tell you, from my own experience, you have to get over that hump. to do that kind of sitting. So if this is a natural process and happens all over, then maybe we can figure out a way to bring early meditators to that